How we doing today? Welcome to the podcast by Mata. I'm your host, Joe Mata. And today we have a very, very special guest with us today. She is from the adult industry. She is the ultimate blonde, stacked, and curvaceous MILF. Please welcome to the show, Karen Fisher. How we doing?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, glad to have you on. Glad to have you on. Can you tell the listeners how you got into the adult industry, and can you tell us about your first experience?
I've been in the business a really, really long time. I started out as an exotic dancer. As soon as I was old enough, as soon as I turned 18, I'm from Oregon, and in Oregon, you just have to be 18. So that's how I kind of initially started. And then, the club that I worked at, we had a lot of features, like a lot of porn stars and magazine models who would feature there. So I always thought about doing more. But I would kind of chicken out at the last minute until finally, when I was 25, I had a girlfriend who had posed for Score magazine, and she sent in my photos, and literally 3 days later, they flew me out, and and that was my first photo shoot, and I loved it. And then at the time, it was kind of when all the whole the whole internet and adult websites were just starting.
Okay.
So I started my own site like a month later,
All
and
right.
yeah,
All right.
so I've been on for quite a while.
Okay. Great. What in what important lessons have you learned so far by being in the industry?
Well, for what important lessons? Well, things are always changing. So you need to be able to adapt. Um, you're self-employed, so you need to be able you have to be self-motivated, and you know, and then you have to know time management. So those are some very important things.
Okay. Okay. Great. Now, do you have any hobbies that would surprise most people? Something that other people in your personal life may not even know.
I think I'm pretty open with my fans. So unless they like really have no social media or have never read an interview about me, they usually know. I like to travel. I like to do outdoorsy things. I like hiking. Um I like to scuba dive. I like to snorkel. I like rafting. I love to ski. I like all of those things.
Okay.
So I think most people already know that.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and I like to read too.
All right.
I like to read books. I travel a lot too, so you have to have something to do on those airplanes.
R-
So
Right. So okay. So what are you reading right now? What type of book?
right now, to be honest, it's not a fiction. It's more an informational book. It's called The Paleo Cardiologist.
Okay.
It's just really interesting. I like to learn more, like as much as I can about nutrition
Mm-hmm.
and how to take care of my body. So
Okay. All right. Now, do you get recognized like when you're out in the public, and if you do you have any funny stories? Coming across fans and stuff.
it doesn't happen all the time. I think a lot of people, even if they knew who you are, they don't necessarily come up to you. But whenever it does happen, it's always like, I don't know, like 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm at the airport and I'm tired and cranky and I don't have any makeup on, and it's always at a weird time, or like another time I had the flu, and I was just sick as a dog, but I had to go to the store. I ran out of medication and juice and all that, so I'm like, oh, I have to suck it up and go to the store. And so literally I was in my pajamas at the store with my messy hair, just because I'd been in bed all day and somebody recognized me. I was like, no, not right now. So It's usually I'm not. It's never when I look good. Like it's never when I look nice. Or it's the one time at my gym, I'm sitting there sweating, and somebody's like, "Hey, I like your work." It's just always the most awkward times.
Okay, okay. Now let's talk about your website. I understand it has a lot of exclusive content, and it's pretty much the only place that you'll find you doing your IR stuff.
Yeah, I try to keep my IR as exclusive as possible. I haven't done any interracial scenes for other people for, gosh, I don't know, maybe 5 years. And even then, it was just a handful of scenes. So, and that seems to be the favorite of my fans. They really like that. And I like it too. I mean, I like all different types of guys, but
Right.
I enjoy interracial.
Okay.
So, and yeah, it has 15 years worth of content. So, so there's a lot.
Okay. Now, regarding to your IR scenes, who's your favorite actor you've had to work with?
Hmm. I would say Flash Brown is probably, he was the most fun to work with
Okay.
out of anybody. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Have you excuse me? Have you had a chance to work with Chris Cock yet?
With who?
Chris Cock. I had him on the show here about a week ago.
No, I haven't. And I don't think I've even met him, to be honest.
Okay. 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 Now, also, I understand you have your newest DVDs are from Reality Kings, Dirty Moms Across America, and then the best MILF of Wide Side cheats with white meat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have some new stuff out.
Okay,
Uh,
can you give the fans like a little tease of what they'll find in that?
to be honest, with Reality Kings, I'm not sure what scene that is. Air, unfortunately, I don't know. But I
Okay.
know the white side. It's a fun interracial scene with Rome Major and I.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, also, you have a Sex Panther that
I do.
okay,
I do.
and that's sexpanther.com/Karen dash Fisher.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just a fun way. People always they want to send you dick pics. They want you to send them pics. They want to text you. So it's just a good platform to make that possible.
Okay.
So I can communicate better with my fans.
Okay. And I also understand you have your own DVD line called America Honey.
Yeah, it's brand new. I'm having my first DVD ever launch next month, so I'm really, really excited about it.
Okay, and that's distributed by Third World Media.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely looking forward to seeing that for sure, guys. Um, Now, if money was no object, what would be your dream car?
Hmm. I really like sports cars, so probably like a Ferrari.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, you're seen with excuse me, you're seen from Naughty America with Siren Demar and yourself. That was a really hot scene. Can you give the fans a little insight on how that came about? That scene.
Okay, so that scene, it's a few years old, to be honest.
Uh huh.
But it was a fun scene. Siren has a lot of energy. She's really, really good to work with. And then Bill is a lot of fun too. He's actually probably one of my favorite actors. So everything just came together, and it was a hot scene. I really enjoyed myself, and I think it shows.
Yeah, definitely. Fans and listeners, if you haven't had a chance to check that out from Naughty America, make sure look at it. It is a really good scene. Now, is there a performer that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to?
There's a lot of performers, to be honest. I'd really like to work with Sophie D. I think she's partially retired, so that might make it kind of tough.
Uh-huh.
But I would love to work with her. And I'd also like to work with Prince Yeshua. I've never been able to work with him.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, Chrissy, if you come out of retirement, definitely look Karen up. And Prince, same thing, man. Let's get this going, and let's get a scene with Karen.
Definitely.
Now, what are the best ways for your fans to contact you?
The best way, you can follow me on Twitter at Sexy Karen Fisher, or Instagram, which is Karen Fisher XOXO. And you can always just ask me whatever you want there.
Okay.
Or you can contact me on Sex Panther.
There you go. Okay, great. Now, before you got into the industry, or you were a realtor, bartender, and a cocktail waitress.
Yeah, well, like I said, I started dancing when I was 18.
Right.
So this was not before. It was more like, like when I was 21, I did bartend for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like, I guess it was before I started doing porn. And the realtor happened kind of when I was still in the business. Well, I just had my site, really. I had my site, and this was, I was living in Florida, and this was at the top of the real estate market in Florida before the big crash. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. But then, we all know what happened to the market, and it became very difficult. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. It became very difficult to sell houses. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, I also understand you've been in Score and Gent magazine, and you've also
Yes, and Hustler Busty Beauties.
okay, and then you've also been on the cover and centerfold for Hustler Busty Beauties.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and how did that come about? And can you tell us about the shoot, how that went?
Okay, so, gosh, where's my voice? Sorry, it's all cracking. So Score, I kind of already said that was my first shoot. And my girlfriend just sent my photos in, and, they flew me out to like 3 days later. So that's how Score happened. And Jen, he just, the editor randomly contacted me when I had already planned to be in New York. And so that was several years ago. And then Hustler Busty Beauties, I actually met the editor at the time. I met him at, there used to be it still exists, but it's not as big as it used to be. It used to be huge. There was a convention called Internext. I met the editor there.
Okay.
And he really liked me, so he just put me in the magazine and he put me on the cover.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, before we close out, is there anything you'd like to tell your fans?
Just have them follow me on Twitter, Karen Fisher XOXO, or Instagram. Twitter is at Sexy Karen Fisher. Instagram is Karen Fisher XOXO. And check out my site, sexykarenxxx.com. Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, make sure you guys check out her new DVDs and her latest DVD that it's going to be coming out with Reality Kings. And like she said, also her website, sexykarenxxx.com. I'd like to thank you for being on the show. And
yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Great. And in the near future, if you got some new stuff coming out you'd like to promote and discuss with the fans and stuff, we'd be happy to have you back.
Okay, sounds good. Take care.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you for listening to the podcast by Amada. Our guest today was Karen Fisher. Look for this on SoundCloud as well as YouTube, and we will see you next time.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.